What's good, everybody? You're now tuned in to the Great Minds Think Alike live stream, brought to you by GMTA Media. What's good, everybody? You're now tuned in to the Great Minds Think. Oh, okay. I thought that was me. My bad.
It was you.
You know, we can't start the show without some difficulties. We know that. We most definitely know that shit. If it ain't that, it ain't right, man. But you're now tuned in to the Great Minds Think Alike live stream, episode 28, Up in Smoke, brought to you by GMTA Media, your number one trusted source for hip hop, sports, and entertainment. Hosted by Nove and my brother Orlito. What's good, my brother?
What's happening? What's going on? I'm feeling great, man. had a nice, successful studio session last night. So yeah, I'm kind of thrilled about that. Yeah, and I'm thrilled about this topic because I love Wiz and I love to smoke weed. So
yeah, Wiz and weed can't go wrong, bro. Can't go wrong, man. But yeah, man. So today, as y'all knows, as you can see, Up in Smoke. This is our special 420 edition. So if you're into pot, trees, marijuana, Mary Jane, whatever it is, we're talking about it today, man. And before we jump into stuff, you just happened to say you had a studio session this week. Wanna tell us about, is that about the upcoming United Street project you got coming this summer?
Well, no, we wasn't working on that. I actually got an artist that I've been working closely with. I'm sure that nobody knows about him. He's like a new artist that basically I'll just taking under the wing and bringing him to the studio, letting him do his thing, giving him beats and shit like that. So actually I'm working on a little EP for him. And then in the process of working on the EP for him, we are working on the United Streets mixtape as well, or album, or whatever you want to call it, EP. Yep.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I look forward to it. I know you've been cooking. You, Colossus. I know Heck, whenever he gets here from Florida, touchdown. So I look forward. I think I only heard a rough draft or one song, and that's the way I want to keep it. I like to be a fan still. You know what I mean?
For
So
sure. For sure.
I look forward to the project, man. But let's check out
Yeah,
some comments.
shout out Easy Money too, bro, because he I reached out to the brother to see if he wanted to feature on the track, and he was all for it. He finished his verse in like shit, maybe like a couple days, and he was ready. Came down here, took that shit. So appreciate you, Easy Money.
That's dope. I fuck with Easy Money, man. One of my favorite people I encountered on the music scene.
Sure.
Global Independence Television family. Appreciate you, man. We trying to get like
Shout
y'all,
out Global
bro.
Independence.
Trying to get like y'all, bro. We trying to get them subscribers up. Shout out to those who have subscribed to our YouTube channel. We're up at 32. We're up 4 last week.
Nice.
Well, yeah, man. So any progress, man, is process. It's a process, man.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate them subscriptions, man. Keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep telling your friends. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it.
Facts. So again, it doesn't cost you $1 to support us. Like, subscribe, share. We mostly right at the moment we on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Our Facebook views drop, but that's okay. Our subscribers is still intact. It's our YouTube. We trying to build our community on YouTube. So if you haven't, please give us a like on our YouTube channel. And again, shout out Global Independence Television and anybody who is watching. And I like to give a special shout out to y'all who be watching. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We appreciate the views. But if you could, just give us a like, let it give us a comment, leave us a comment, let us know you here. We appreciate it, man. So let's
We could have
get
been
into
anywhere in the world tonight, but you here with us. We appreciate that.
facts. So let's get into some music news. And I do want to start off with some good news. I mean, it's kind of bittersweet, actually, but let's show.
Mhm.
Wisconsin's area music industry announced that on May 4th at the Deco in West Atlas, the legendary late great Milwaukee's very own Twan Mack will be inducted into the 2025 Hall of Fame class.
Well deserved.
Well deserved, man. And again, there's a few people that have, I'm not talking about just music, just the character, the personality, who they are, who they are to people, left
Hmm.
a great impression on people, and he happens to be one of them. So salute Tom Mack, God rest your soul, and very well deserved, man.
Yeah, salute Twan Mac. R.I.P.
Matter of fact, bro, tell us the Tom Mack story. You met the man, bro. Tell us the Tom Mack
Yeah,
story.
so I had the honor of meeting Twan Mac a few times. I remember the first time he sent me a message, bro, through Facebook when I just had started messing with the NPC with Mecca. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't even got one myself yet. I was messing around with Mecca's NPC, and we used to go live and do live videos, and he would reach out to me and just basically like um like saying words of encouragement, like, man, that's dope, keep doing that, like that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And that wasn't even, I not even had ever met this guy yet, you know what I'm saying? And then fast forward, um, um, for the Milwaukee, the AK Big Beat battle last year, he was the host. He hosted the whole joint. So, um, uh, I remember there was a situation, bro, where like I wasn't, um, I guess you could say like I ended up running into like something where I was kind of conflicted on how I should react about a certain situation. And in that like moment, he ended up taking the stage and he ended up pretty much just it was wild. It felt like it was like it was almost kind of like directed towards me, you know what I'm saying? Because like how I was feeling at the time. But he just went on the stage and basically just said like, we got to stop with all like this. Um, there's violence and this and this and that and this negative stuff and blah 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 and just like kind of that more or less that type of conversation and bro, like literally like the thought that I had in my head while I was feeling all angry and frustrated about a situation that I had encountered, that shit just totally went out the window. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like why I'm letting somebody else take me off my square and make me feel I'm here to come check out this show and
Yeah,
network and mingle and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, he was a different type of person for sure. And I always seen him always giving flowers to everybody, bro. He was always you know, uh, reaching out to people, telling them that their shit was cold, or like letting them know to keep doing their stuff or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Very encouraging, and that's one thing that we don't see a lot of. You
yeah,
know, these days is very rare where you find somebody that's genuine, and genuinely, is gonna tell you these things, but it's genuine. It ain't just off of some BS. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, he was a really cool cat, down to earth. You could tell he like when you was around him, he just had like this aura about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, dude was he was he was dope, man.
that's what's up, man. Again, shout out Wilfredo, Juice, what's up, Byron
Shout out
Robert.
Juice.
Again, one more time for those who tuning in. May 4th, the Whammy Wisconsin area music industry will be inducting the late great Twan Mack into the 2025 Hall of Fame. For those who missed it, there you have it, man. Again, well deserved. Um,
Mm.
let me see. Let's keep going. Oh, R&B artist Sean Kingston remanded into federal custody after he failed to make bail. Him and his mom were sentenced about 3 weeks ago on some federal fraudulent shit, and he wasn't able to post bail, so they kept him in. Let's continue. You sent me this actually, and then I seen an article on it. Kodak Black once again showing love to his community, paid rent for 200 tenants, 200 residents, families across Golden Acres housing complex in Pompano Beach, Florida. Shout out Kodak Black, man. Let me see. Reno, my brother.
Should I Reno?
Bro, we missed you last week on the comment section. I don't know. Something was up, bro. We missed you last week on the comment section. I don't know what happened. Where were you at? We missed you,
Where
bro.
were you?
Where were you? Juice, whenever you ready, bro. I know the last time I sent you an invite, you wasn't feeling too good, man. But whenever you ready, bro, I know you hip hop inclined as well. Shout out. Let me see this, man. You know what? Shout out Juice. Shout out Juice. We
Shout out
appreciate
Juice.
we appreciate the love, bro, for sure, for sure. Shout out Reno, Global Independence for the comments. But let's keep going. Um, Drake again jumped on Aiden Ross on live stream, and a lot of things were discussed. But one thing that I did find interesting, obviously, is the music. Music. He says he got a new album on the way, a slap of an album. Um, Me personally, I'm excited to see what Drake delivers on his own, bro. What's your thoughts on
Hmm.
Drake talking about his new album?
I'm gonna check it out. Um, I think that he just has to keep doing what he's always done, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it it never really, like when I think of Drake, you think about one of them like he's like one of the most petty people as far as when it comes to like rapping, because like a lot of the time, bro, like he throwing a lot of subliminal shit. I think Kanye had said this one time on like a Drink Champs or something. He's like, Drake knows how to ruffle the feathers without like me and you, because he's talking about something that we know about. You know what I'm saying? For the people on the outside looking in, they might not know the whole scoop. But man, I told you that shit, or my God told you that shit. So why the fuck is you know what I'm saying? So he's sneaky, you know what I'm saying? But that's always worked for him. You know what I'm saying? That's what has like, I'm not gonna lie, I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I like that tit for tat, you know what I'm saying? So um
Yeah, for
and
sure.
and yeah, and then it's just like, you know, real fans or real people that like study the music end up figuring out, oh damn, that was a shot at Kanye, or that was a shot at Jay, or da da da. And then you start hearing the other one, they come and they respond to, and that shit just makes it so much like, it's like
Keeps
a
it
build up,
engaging,
to the,
engaging,
yeah, it's
engaging.
like the build up to the bit, little jabs you here and there, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But um, as far as when it comes to uh him beefing, I don't know. It hasn't never really been um like on his side. I think the only reason he's always kind of stayed kind of unscathed is because of his popularity. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Pusha T kind of did him damage. I think Common was dope. He went off him on that "You Look So Sweet," and then he ended that the diss track, the French
Yep.
Montana Rick Ross "Stay Scheming" track. That was like directed. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Make no mistake, I'm talking about you." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, yeah. So when it comes to like that type of sparring, I think Drake needs to fall back on that shit. I think he needs to stick to what he's good at, like kind of throwing the stone and hiding his hand. and then let him other motherfuckers kind of like bait. You know, he kind of throwing the bait out there, and then he making y'all look like y'all the ones that started talking this shit about him, or y'all picking on him, because that's kind of how
Yeah,
he kind of plays the. You know what I'm saying? So I think as long as he keeps doing that, bro, people's gonna keep buying his records. They're gonna keep on trying to decode, or oh, was he talking about? Oh, did he say anything about? You know what I'm saying? Or saying anything about anybody else? You know, like even like he called, what did he say? He called Joe Budden a dick sucker, basically, right? But he didn't
yeah,
even say Joe Budden. He said, I hate to see you with a dick sucker. But he didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of
yeah,
game he be playing. But when he plays that shit, I think that, that's his formula. You know, he get
yeah,
people buzzing. That's how he gets buzzing. That's how he keep that talking. That's how he keep that engagement. And then obviously, if you talking about me, if I'm Joe Budden, you said that about me. Obviously, I'm gonna say something about it. So he knows, he knows how to throw, throw the shit in the fire, keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Me personally, I look forward to it because everything outside of the music just been catastrophic for him. Like every step he has made, every statement he has, everything he has done outside of this battle has been very detrimental to him to as far as me, like me listening to it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Especially the lawsuit, right? The lawsuit was just, you know, but I agree to disagree with you when it comes to the battling. Outside of that bullshit ass Heart, I think it was called the Heart Six was his last diss.
I think so. Yeah.
Outside of that, I like Drake. He steps in that ring, and it's not like he's swinging that air. You know what I mean? Like he
Right.
does. So I do give him credit for that. I gotta give him credit for that because his mentor, let's not forget, fuck Pusha T and everybody run with him. Like, yeah, he's done totally better than his mentor when it comes to battling. I don't know
Right.
about as far as influence, because Wayne has influenced a whole generation, but when it comes to battling, I'd give the edge to Drake, and I like Drake in battles outside of the Heart Six. You're right. Pusha T put a dent in him, put a great dent in his chest, right? Matter of fact, let me make this a better equivalent, right? Pusha T, okay, Drake was Margarito. He was loading up his fucking hands, right? And Pusha T was Manny Pacquiao. Remember, he popped his orbital bone, broke his
Mm-hmm.
orbital bone, right? So that's what Pusha T did to Drake, broke his orbital bone. So when he stepped in there to Kendrick, all Kendrick had to do was tap that orbital bone, damage, or you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Um,
Reopen the wound.
Reopen the wound, clean him, got him out of there earlier. Got him out of there
Mm-hmm.
earlier. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
Margarito's shit was like that after that Pacquiao fought. And if I'm not mistaken, it was 12 rounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
I
Cotto
think
was
so.
able to and Cotto was able to get
Yeah,
him out
got
of
him
there
out of there.
earlier. Yeah, but damage done. Thanks, Pacquiao. Damage done.
Right.
Push your T, right? So that's how I
Mm-hmm.
equate that. But he didn't do wrong. I mean, yeah, he did wrong in his Doopy freestyle because he should have aimed directly at Pusher. But
Mm-hmm.
Doopy was in a Duppy freestyle wasn't a weak song at all though. It just wasn't better than
Right.
Story of Adidon at all.
Exactly.
And then with the beef with Kendrick, um, okay, some of the lyrics from Family Matters came back to bite him in his ass, but his
Mm-hmm.
rapping on the second verse, the beat
The beat
switches,
selection. Yeah.
he did his thing, bro. I'm not gonna deny he didn't win the battle. Let's not get that. But what I'm trying to say is I'm okay with him battling, but don't fucking be suing niggas when they bust your ass. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's
Right.
all I'm
When you
saying.
get, if you a boxer, you finna get punched. You can't sue me if I hit you, man. You know what I'm saying? If you throwing punches too, we both throwing punches. Shit, you can't get mad at. Oh damn, we broke his streak.
Damn, bro, what happened? Where were you, Reno? You should have been here with should have been here with us, Browsy. Most definitely, bro. Love. No, no doubt, Juice. We most definitely gonna have to get you up on here, brother. They stopped that fight. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but damage was done. Damage was done. I would like to hear. I
Damn.
would like to hear. I would like to hear some music from them. So let's continue with the news, man. So, St. Lunatics member
Oh shit.
Ali, what happened?
Oh, nothing. Good. I was just coughing and choking.
I thought you were excited about Ali. I was like, he got shit. So St. Lunatics member Ali must have been watching the Drink Champs when Nelly was talking about he'll do a tour, but except for one member on there type shit. So
Yeah.
Ali must have seen
Hmm.
that, and he has officially dropped his $50 million lawsuit against Nelly. So he must have seen that. He must have
Oh
seen that.
man, fucking Drake. Look at he started a trend.
Man, he was like, oh, they
What
must
the
think we're on
hell?
tour. If I drop this lawsuit, they're gonna be like, come on tour. No, motherfucker, you ain't getting no dollars. So
Which one? What you said?
Kanye,
Which one? Which one is that with Murphy
Ali,
Lee?
no,
Oh,
Ali,
Ali. Okay, okay,
the one
okay,
who did that mixtape, that joint album with Big Gipp from Goody Pop.
okay.
Yeah, so two weeks ago, or matter of fact, I think it was last week, Kanye on one of his infamous rants, talked about Taylor Swift that he should have been hit that and he should have been there when her producer and Justin Bieber, whatever. So she's reportedly taking legal actions following them controversial statements, talking about defamation of character. So we'll see. Kanye's up to Billy, so she'll be able to get a
The
few dollars.
the year of the lawsuits.
Man, dude, but I don't know though. He's been saying some wild fucking shit, bro.
No, he
He
has been saying some wild shit. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying it's wild how everybody is. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I see you in court looking at.
hey, I'm calling that the Aubrey law. That's the Aubrey
The
law.
Aubrey.
Yeah, that
Uh,
motherfucker. You can't fucking call me this on a diss song, but I can say you beat your wife. Yeah, I don't know. That shit's gonna backfire on his ass. I promise you. Oh man. So Soldier Boy has been found liable in civil trial where he was accused of kidnapping, R-word, and unpaid wages by his former assistant, who also he had a relationship with. Yeah,
Soldier.
Soldier Boy. He must have been the first rapper to do that too, huh? Let me see you Superman about that one, motherfucker. Um, one of my new favorite artists. Well, he's been around 8 years. JID teases a new project work dropping tomorrow. So let's see, man. JID
That was
part of
he
that.
used to be signed with Dreamville, or is he part of Dreamville?
He's still part of Dreamville, if
He
I'm not
still is
mistaken.
part of Dreamville.
Yeah, I think he's still part of Dreamville. To me, he's like he still carry on that tradition. Where bars fucking matter. People think that
Yeah,
you gotta match like that. You gotta have 16,000 words of a dictionary in a rap to be called lyrical. No, you just gotta make it make sense and make it sound good. You know what I mean? But he's one of my favorites out of the latest crop, and I look forward to hearing that tomorrow. Maybe next week we could have a review on that. Um, Young Thug confirms a new album is on his way to UEC. Um, speaking of Young Thug, his attorney Brian Steele has joined P Diddy defense team, who is trying to get the trial date pushed back because of new cases brought up against them. So we'll see how that goes. Um, music Quavo and Little Baby got dropped a song called Legends. Lola Brooks got a song called Disgusted. Fort Bats You know, some of y'all might be familiar with formats. Drake stole from him too. But anyhow, formats in the morning. Uh, Destroy Lonely and Ken Carson, Playboy Cardi got a song called Off the Meter. Billy Woods, Steel Tip Dave got a song called Black Zombie. OG Tech Nine got a song called J6. Ken Carson dropped 3 songs: Stanks, Lord of Chaos. My bad, that's 2 songs. OG Too Short drops a song, Still Mackin'. Big Sean and Cody the Fiend dropped Michigan. Hot. Check it out. I checked it out. It's fire. T Grizzly, They Shot at Trump. And Yellow Beezy,
Yeah.
My Head. No more the joints to check out this week. And that wraps up the music news, headlines, and new songs. But before we get into our first topic, there's something that's been going viral, and I want to display right quick for y'all. This is making its rounds on the internet. The Mount Rushmore or Caucasian or white rappers, and it's Eminem, Mac Miller, Paul Wall, and Russ. So before we went on air, I downloaded this. I brought it to my bro's attention. I said, let's, right quick, have some fun with this. Um, that's not a bad list though. First and foremost, it's not a bad list at all. Um, how would your list look if you put this list together?
I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not too against the only person I would like switch out of there, and it's not because like it's no personal against dude. I just think that maybe somebody else could fit in that slot would be Paul Wall. But I think
Hmm.
everybody else up. I think everybody else up there is man, and I don't know. Like that's kind of that even is kind of like I kind of feel like damn, I shouldn't even take Paul Wall off of there. But
They're all
um,
deserving the same though, for sure.
yeah, but I feel, and the only reason I would take Paul Wall off of there is because I feel that everybody in that picture, aside from Matt Miller, because of his timely death or whatever, um, is still like I guess relevant, more
Yeah.
relevant. No, I'm not saying that because Paul Wall still be making music too, but it's not like we don't. You know what I'm saying? We don't really hear about it. You have to go look for that music in order to, if you want to find it, type shit. Where like
Yeah.
Eminem music, Rush music, that kind of just, you know what I'm saying, is there type shit. But I
No,
don't know
man.
who I would swap out though.
I don't know. That's that list. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that list. Me, yeah, like okay. First and foremost, Russ is like for the independent artist. That's who you want to his model. You want to follow that. He set the blueprint for independent artists to get past catalogs back up type shit. You know what I mean? Um,
Mm-hmm.
Eminem, no doubt. Eminem got to be on that for me. But Paul Wall, he's an icon. He's a fucking icon. He's a staple in the hip hop community. You know, when Grills got the popping, he's synonymous with that shit, right?
Right, right.
But me, if I'm going based off my preference and not if I go off rap, I got Eminem, Mac Miller, and I like Action Bronson, and I like
Yeah, I forgot
Mill.
about Action Bronson.
I like Mills, the one who signed with Jada. I do like
Yeah,
Mills,
yeah.
but I'm not mad at that list at all. Very
Does
personally,
Jordan Lucas count because he's half white and half black?
no.
No.
We didn't even.
I was finna fuck up the whole Mount Rushmore.
Hey,
But you know
if
who else?
that's the case,
You know who else it
Drake,
doesn't get
Drake,
credit, bro?
Drake.
Yeah, yeah, that's the case. Yeah, Drake, right? I
Drake.
think somebody that doesn't get credit, and I'm not saying that I'm like a big fan of his neither, but he has been, you know, he had been doing this shit. He had a large following. Logic.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Well, look, if we're going off that, fuck it. Vanilla ice. Throw vanilla ice on that motherfucker. Ice, ice, baby.
Ice Ice Baby.
Throw that bitch up on there. But all right, man.
Okay,
So
well,
that
shit. If
right.
we doing that, I'm throwing up. It only got to be men. Throwing
Oh
Fergie up
wait,
there, looking at stupid.
yeah, I forgot. I forgot there are some female MCs. I forgot there is female MCs, man. Well, shit. So that was the headlines, news, music, Caucasian
What about the
Mount
viewers? Well,
Rushmore.
how would y'all do the Mount Rushmore for the viewers? Everybody that's watching it, how would y'all keep that Mount Rushmore the same? Y'all think that
Oh
that's
shit.
you know what I'm saying? Legit, like a legit little four Mount Rushmore people, or how would y'all switch that up? Let us know in the comments.
For sure. So before we get into first topic, this past week I was behind the scenes. You want to tell us about what I was behind the scenes on?
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. No, so we had the second episode of Panorama. You know, what I'm saying we
What is
recorded
dropping?
that. We had a. It's gonna drop on the 29th, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's 2 Tuesdays from now. So not this Tuesday coming up, but the following Tuesday. We had special guest Mecca Malo. You know what I'm saying? We had a great ass conversation with the bro, and yeah, that's gonna be airing on the 29th. So stay tuned for that. Great conversation. Drop some gems in there. You know, we talk about a lot of shit. So yeah, go check that out.
Yeah, that was for sure gonna be a must see, and yeah, you unpacked so much, man. It was awesome. So there we go. That wraps it up. Now we're gonna get into our first topic. Our first topic, we started with an artist. Tomorrow he drops Kush and Orange Juice 2. The man told y'all, we them boys. He fucking hangs in there with Snoop smoking. And part of that great era, that blog era. We're talking about Wiz Khalifa today, man.
Let's go.
Orly, this is your guy, man. I mean, I love Wiz, man. I love Wiz, but I wasn't on Wiz. You the guy who put me on. You and your cousin Mimi. Tell me. Let's I know we covered like 3 years of his career on one of the episodes, early previous episodes. I
Mm-hmm.
think it was the double XL, right? And
Yep, yep.
let's right. So let's touch upon that. Brief people. What was your thoughts of Wiz Khalifa when you first heard him?
Nah, the first song I heard from him was the "Say Yeah" song. The one with where he used that sample from that beat or whatever. And say yeah. And when I first heard that, I was like, it was different because well, first off, I would have thought in 100 years that anybody would have took that beat and like made like a rap, like a type of a rap song to it. You know what I'm saying? And that shit used to knock, man. Shit used to knock so hard in the with the subs. So like I remember I seen that and I was like, oh, who the fuck is this? And then gradually I started kind of peeping, you know, thanks to you, really. Nova used to have the computer with all the music on it. You just go up on there and download whatever
Yeah,
mixtapes you wanted and shit. I damn near got I damn near got all like I had all the dudes mixtapes thanks to Nova because I'll go over there and be looking up Wiz and shit. And he like bro was like dropping shit like holy crap. He was just flooding, you know what I'm saying? Just dropping and shit.
yes,
And not everything was sticking right, but I always liked it like certain songs that he had on certain CDs, even like his first project where he's like the I think it's called um it might be called Show Improve, but I'm not 100% sure. Um but it's like his first like album where uh he's on the front of it. He got a big, large, long black tee, you know what I'm saying, in a big ass Pittsburgh chain. And he had a few cuts on that album that I really liked, but it was more or less like the mixtapes that kind of
yep,
captivated me. You know what I'm saying? And when I heard shit like Kush and Orange Juice, when I heard shit like Star Power, when I heard shit like you know,
Star Power.
yeah, you remember, right? I used my
Yeah, yeah,
name, bro, a long time ago. My name on
yeah,
Facebook used to be Orly Star Power something or whatever, and that
yeah.
was from Wiz and shit because I used to listen to do hard as fuck. Um, Burn After Roll, you know what I'm saying? There was so many mixtape this dude was dropping. It was like holy shit, Wiz, let me catch up. You know what I'm saying? But it
Facts.
wasn't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the type of music because it was different. It was like he was almost kind of transcending in a different way, like going in a different direction. Kind of like it was just a different formula, to be honest. Like it wasn't anything that I was used to hearing. Um, I kind of got like little the vibes that I caught that I think the reason why I resonated was because the harmonies, like the Bone Thugs and the
Facts.
Cuddies and what I'm saying, shit like that. And it didn't sound bad, what I'm saying? It sounded good, like he knew what he was doing. So I think certain things like that, certain chants, certain melodies, just his character, just the character that he had brought, like I remember like he used to always say this shit on Trey. He used to be like, "Yeah, bitch," you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right before he would start any track, and that was just something fun that I used to want to say. Would do this shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Wiz has definitely been around me for quite some time. Like I've been listening to dude for a minute, smoking in the car, rolling up. I wasn't able to smoke in the house and shit, so I'll be chilling in the car, smoking, listening to Cushion Orange Juice, or
I
you know what I'm
remember
saying.
them
So yeah,
days.
yeah.
I for sure remember them times, man. Like bro said, we used to download everything we could get our hands on, man. And Wiz Khalifa, bro, his cousin put me on. The first song that stood out was I'm gonna take yo bitch. Um,
Hmm.
that was Mimi shit. She used to wherever that turn that bitch on. And
Yeah, that shit
yeah,
used to hit.
and what resonated with me was the sound. He sounded like how you said the harmony, Bone Thugs, and I think also what set him apart was how you said everybody was there was different genres popping at this time, right? But
Hmm.
think about it, he's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He don't sound nothing like Philadelphia, you know,
Mm-mm.
none of that, right?
Mm-mm.
So so I think early on, if you notice with the black and yellow, he out the gate, he had a hit out the gate ahead of his class. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
Cole still didn't catch one, Gibbs surely didn't catch one. A lot of them didn't catch one out the gate, and Wiz did, but it's a contribution to what you said, all the work he put in before that. You know,
Hmm.
he was signed to a record label in his
Rostam,
hometown. Yeah, from his hometown, Rostam.
Rostam record.
Yep,
That's where Mac Miller came from too. Yeah.
Mac Miller. Mac,
Yeah.
same area, same area.
Yeah.
I'm from Pittsburgh. Um,
Hmm.
and he's different. He don't sound nothing
Yeah.
like So I
Nope.
don't know. I think what you said there was a lot. He was doing a lot, but a lot wasn't sticking. But in the process, to me, what he was doing was finding the formula and the chemistry because right you can hear it from the beginning where he was trying to go but it was just he didn't connect the dots right and
And that's I like
it,
that. Like I never like he was kind of like built. He took that time to kind of build that chemistry with like and build that fan base. You know what I'm saying?
and also develop his craft because again
Hmm.
you can hear on from I think is welcome to prince prince of prince of the
Prince of the
city
City.
welcome to Pennsylvania right um
Hmm.
you can hear him rapping like
Hmm.
he was rapping, right? And
You, yeah, there was different like eras of him, bro. You're right. There was a part of time where he was rapping. You know what I'm saying? Where he wasn't it wasn't all like harmonies and this and that type of It was like he was going hard. You know what I'm saying? And then he ended up kind of getting into like I don't know if it was the thing where he met with Currency or what the fuck. Where did he transition? You know what I'm saying? But
I believe it was that was part of it. That was part of it.
hmm
But Prince of the City, he's rapping, and a lot of guys they rap their ass off on their first shit because they trying to show these other rappers I can rap too type shit, right? But I
hmm
seen from there on though, you can hear him. What's the word experimenting with his sounds though, you
hmm
know. But it just wasn't connecting, you know. But when it came later on, and I believe to me, um, Burn After Rolling was where it just started clicking from. Because after that,
hmm
I think after that, everything was a go. What was on the mixtape side? Let's go through it. Let's run through his catalog right quick, and then talk about certain projects and songs. Right. So
For sure.
2000, 2005 mixtape, Prince of the City, Welcome to Pennsylvania. Um,
hmm
September 2006, Show and Prove.
Some proof. That's the
Um,
one I was talking about.
okay. Actually,
And
yeah, I got the songs actually. Like I like that Burn Something. I liked it that Stay in Your Lane and I
hmm
Choose You. The I Choose You, the remake of the Outcast joint shit. That's fire.
that was the one that. Mhm. That was the one song that was like I forgot what the song was called, but it had a crazy ass sample. You know, like it almost sounded like a Kanye beat. It
Hmm.
was off of that
Yeah,
Sean Prove. I forgot what it was. Was it that one that you're talking about?
yeah.
Even though I know-
I Choose You.
Is it that
Yeah,
one? Okay, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Then 2007, he dropped Growth Season. Then he dropped Prince of the
hmm
City 2 in November. Then we get into Star
hmm
Power, September 17, 2009. I like it, Mr. Right for Now, Teach You How to Fly, and
hmm
Hollywood Hoes. He
hmm
got
Yeah,
they
that's
got
my
off on
shit, bro. You know what's
yeah,
crazy? Like what Wiz has been like this for me, right? That like he has so much music that some of the music when it first came out I wasn't feeling it, right? But when I go
facts.
back to revisit this shit, I'm like, man, this song is cold. You know what I'm saying? That song is called the Hollywood, or that's what the one you talking Hollywood Hoes.
Hollywood
Yeah, that
Hoes.
shit go
Yup.
crazy. That beat is
And
so
I
fucking sick.
and that happened with me too with certain rappers, and I think what it is because I go back, I'm like, what was I listening to at that? Oh yeah, for sure, I wasn't getting giving nobody else play because I was bumping,
Exactly, exactly,
you know.
exactly.
Then Flight School, we mentioned that. Then How Fly with Currency, the mixtape. I said it
Classic.
numerous times. Their chemistry together is phenomenal, and they're the yin to the yang, you know,
hmm
because they both got damn near the same subject matter, right? But one's more energetic, one's more laid back and cool.
Hell yeah.
You know, the cheek and chong of the rap game. Yeah, let's continue. Deal or No Deal, November 24, 2009.
Was it
Um, I,
nine? Yeah,
I liked it that one there. He had a few shits
that
on
was a
there.
good one too.
Superstar, Models in the
Yeah,
Guap, Friendly
yeah.
Feature Currency. Yeah, there's a few cuts on that. Kush and Orange Juice. Let's stay on that for a second. Um, Tomorrow, Kush and OJ2 drops. Um, we done heard Wiz Khalifa from the top of the year on this phenomenal run, just dropping. I mean, let me drop phenomenal. Some of the work's been phenomenal, but he's just been on a consistent run since the top of the year.
hmm
I don't know what Wiz is on, right? But if he's trying to prove something to someone, he needs to stay like that because I like when Wiz is outside. Um,
Yeah, I agree.
it's battling. it's balance, bro. You know, we I don't expect that hoorah bullshit coming from Wiz, and I expect good times. And Kush and OJ was a breakthrough mixtape, right? Um, that's the breakthrough mixtape, and he didn't touch that to now. 15 years later, do you think is this a is this like a continuation? I'm asking you as a fact, right? You following Wiz. You think this is really a continuation of that, or you think this is more so of him trying to get his core fans back tuned in? Because
That's
if
a
it
good
is a
question.
if it is a continuation, I think the Wiz that's outside, he could really benefit from this because I haven't heard of a tour of Wiz that ain't rocking. And why not eat this year? It's an open year. There's a lot of
Right.
people that's jockeying for position. Why not him? So again, I asked the question: what do you think of the 15 years later, the thoughts of Cushion on day two?
Well, my only concern for the cushion orange juice too would be that cushion orange juice was a mixtape, right? And I feel
Yep.
that when it comes to mixtapes, I feel like you could do certain things that you wouldn't do for an album. You know what I'm saying? And that's my only concern is that, you know, if he wasn't able to do what he wanted to do as far as like the creativity, like coming up with like a, because you kind of free to, when you do a mixtape, you kind of free to do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? It don't really have to be nothing. It can be whatever you want it to be. But when you make an album, it's got to have some type of structure. The way that the song order goes, it's like a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? The way that the order of the songs play, that got to be some. The beat production's got to be, everything got to complement each other. The features, if you have any features, you know what I'm saying? So that's my only concern, honestly. But then what kind of like trumps that is like, man, he been doing this shit for so fucking long. I was content with the rolling papers too. I know a lot of people, well, not a lot of
Yeah.
people. I know some people didn't really care for it like that, but I thought it hit what it needed to hit. You know what I'm saying? As for being, you know, the album that it was, I thought that it did what it was supposed to do. Do I think that this album is going to be better than that? I think it has to be. You know what I'm saying? Um, the last album I think that I remember that he did, it was like an album was the one that was called uh, Multiverse. You know what I'm
Actually, we're
saying?
gonna
And
talk about that, but that was the last album that he did drop. But he's had dropped
okay,
mixtape. But yeah, that was the last multiverse. You
yeah,
brought up. So me personally is um when you say, like, for instance, when Jay-Z, when you thought of Blueprint 2, you were thinking he was gonna tap into the same sound, the same people of Blueprint 1, right? Um,
hmm
you know, so when you think of a sequel, you're thinking like you're gonna tap into that pocket again. So if I'm not mistaken, Cushion OJ was like a lot of funk, you know what I'm saying?
hmm
And I seen the track list. I didn't see the list of producers, right? So I don't want to be judgmental, but hopefully, if it is called Cushion OJ2, it taps into that feel, makes people like us that have heard Cushion OJ1 be like, okay, you did that justice. You know what I'm saying? Or
You go ahead.
no, go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say you brought up a good point too, because you said something about the producers. I think that plays a key point in how the album is gonna come out. Because I know he used to fuck a lot around with sledgering.
Yep.
He used to. There's a new cat. Well, he's like I mean, he's new because he wasn't fucking with him back then. But then I think that he has to have dude on. on the project. The producer, he goes by Cardo. Cardo, his tag is like Cardo got wings. Um,
Okay.
he does a lot of production for Currency. He does production for Wiz. He got like that type of funk, that type
Oh,
of that slower, vibey, funky type of beats. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna definitely have to put Dude on the album as one of the producers. Like I said, Sledger before. There's another guy that I'm forgetting, Johnny Giuliano.
I heard of him actually. Um,
You know,
I actually heard of him. He did some work for Currency as well.
yeah, yeah.
He did some work for Currency as well. So we'll see, man. Yeah, like I'm a firm believer of if you're gonna ever drop a sequel, especially if it's considered a classic, right, in your catalog, do it
Hmm.
justice. Not just for your fans, but for yourself, you know. And he's a young man, and he's been on a road dropping shit. Top of 2025. Wiz been out here like he's hungry. Like he's been like, hold
Hmm.
on, you ain't hear my song last week or hear this one this week.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I look forward
I was even
to
surprised off of that one, the thing with the clouds with J. Cole. Even that shit was crazy.
yeah, I be following hip hop DX. You know, I be watching the bigger picture. Y'all could catch it Saturday morning on Hip Hop DX actually. Um
Okay.
Jeremy had Jeremy had DJ had and Elliot Wilson do great phenomenal hip hop conversation dialogues and yeah, I seen that on there. So let's continue. Yeah, Wiz Khalifa uploaded it on there, and I was like, I sent it to you, like, hey, he was supposed to be on that
Mm.
because if you heard J. Cole's the original version, he sampled Wiz on it, so it was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
it was pretty dope, pretty dope. So let's continue. So after Kush and OJ, he dropped Rolling Paper, which it was his debut with Atlantic, went 2 times platinum. Black and Yellow was on there. We know what that
I'll
did.
roll up.
Yep.
Was the other single, right?
Yep. Roll Up was yep, and that was actually
Yeah.
back to back. Black and Yellow Roll Up.
Yeah.
He did plenty remixes with Snoop Dogg, Juicy J, T Pain.
On the
I
black
think
and
my
yellow
favorite.
one?
Yep. You know,
Yeah.
so that
The
that song, that
Wayne
song,
did a version,
yeah, for us actually when the package was
dedicated it to us. Yeah.
so 2011, he came out swinging with his debut album. He wasn't happy about it. I think it was scattered. What was your thoughts on that album?
I didn't care for it much. There was a couple songs that I liked, but it wasn't nothing special to me. It felt
Yeah,
like, like it was one of those that for me was that one like the album that I was like, oh fuck, we lost Wiz. You know what I'm saying? I thought that he ended up going commercial then. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, a lot of that whole album was very commercial. You know what I'm saying? It didn't have nothing to do with
fillers,
like it didn't. Yeah.
fillers.
Yeah.
That's what I got together. Like everything, the sequence of it. Like I'm like, holy shit, what the hell? Like coming off the mixtape run, you thought that's where we were going. Matter of fact, you thought it was going to be on the grand since it was going to be on the grander scale, you know. But
Hmm.
I mean, for his credit, Black and Yellow got that album 2 times platinum, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the label see that as okay. Let's what is it? Green light the next project. So, but before his next
Hmm.
project, he did Mac and David Go to High School with Snoop Dogg soundtrack collab.
Yeah.
Um, then he did Taylor All the Dice.
Alder.
You
Yeah, that shit was very underrated mixtape
man,
or
go ahead,
album or
speak
whatever
about
it
it.
is.
No, it's a mixtape.
It's
Go ahead,
very
speak.
underrated. Yeah, it's a very underrated mixtape. Um, I recently, like, I didn't like it when it first came out. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling because I don't know who I was listening to around the time, but that album is so like you know when they say like an album was ahead of its time, where it was like mature. You know what I'm saying? That album
Yeah,
is like a mature album. You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate it a lot more now. I think like I know one of my favorite songs off the top of the head is Amber Ice. You know what I'm saying? I
I
think
like
that's
that.
what it's called and shit.
I like that.
Yeah, that shit goes so crazy. Uh, yeah, there's a couple other tracks on there. I know he got. I think he got some shit with Currency on there. He got like a lot of features because he's kind of introducing like the whole Taylor gang. Um, but yeah, definitely that's a one of those slept on mixtapes.
Before we move on, I'm very disrespectful. Very, very disrespectful. After Kush and OJ was a classic to me. Cabin Fever, Phone Numbers
Oh,
featuring
Cabin
Big
Fever,
Sean,
yeah,
Traded Truth, Gangbang featuring Big Sean, Day featuring Juicy J, Taylor Gang featuring Chevy Woods, Hustlin', Homicide
yeah.
featuring
That
Chevy
whole
Woods.
one is that one was
Classic.
a monster. Yeah, that one was a monster.
That should have been Rolling Papers. That should have been Rolling Papers.
But Rolling Papers, yep, yep.
But that I forgot because after Taylor Out of the Dice came Cabin Fever 2. Now that's where I look like I'm very disrespectful because Cabin Fever 2 was disappointing to me.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
I was like, okay, that remember what we talked about Cushion OJ 2? Now you get to see why
Hmm.
we're getting here, right?
Right,
Because
right.
you let me down. Cabin Fever 2 wasn't nowhere
Was
near
like this,
bro.
and then it was like,
Matter of fact, Cabin Fever 2 makes and I'm not trying to shit on Wiz, right? But Cabin Fever 2 makes Rolling Papers like a classic,
hmm, yeah.
but let's continue. Now here goes the project I like. Um One Ninja in First Class. The project went 2 times platinum. Um it was better put together for me than Rolling Papers. Um,
Hmm.
you know, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I think the only thing I could see this project could have been a little bit more contained. Take at least 3 songs out of here, and it's a fucking undeniable project. Then, but this is a solid project, man. What's your thoughts on One Ninja in First Class?
Well, it wasn't too bad. I don't think it was one of my like. I was still like waiting for. Oh shit! What did they do to mixtape Wiz looking at us? but
Yeah,
but
you know, like
it was better. But it was better than Rolling Papers for sure,
yeah,
and
it
better
did
than
get better.
the Cabin Fever and all that. Yeah,
So that's
Cabin
two
Fever
times
too, not
platinum.
Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever too. Um, some of the songs on here I like Bluffin', The Bluff
Hmm.
featuring
The one with
Cameron.
Wiz, I mean with Cameron. Yeah,
Work hard, play hard. That remix went
yeah.
crazy with Jeezy and Wayne on it. Um,
Hmm.
it's nothing, rise above. Then like it everything on here damn near. Oh, not everything, but remember you featuring the weekend. Yeah, he got
Yeah.
some stuff. He got some stuff on here. It's way better than Rolling Peppers. Now, this is the project that I thought was better. Only with 1 time platinum. Black Hollywood.
Yeah, I liked it that one too.
Um, Hope featuring T. White Dollar Sign. We Them Boys. KK featuring Project Pat and Juicy J. Promises. House in the Hills featuring Currency. Man, there's so many on here that I do like. Um, I want to ask your thoughts on there,
Hmm.
and there's something I want to ask you about that I noticed about this. What's your thoughts on this project?
Um, I liked it, this project. I think, yeah, this had the KK on it. Ass Drop. I remember that song was pretty dope. And see, look it. It's
Huh?
crazy. Like when I'm looking at the production and shit, you see a lot of sledging on here. Uh, Sledgering. Uh, yeah,
Oh,
Sledgering is on
featuring
a few of these. ID Labs.
Hopefully he's the guy behind the
Um,
board.
yeah, but no, this one was straight. Um, it was this one wasn't too bad. I liked this one a little bit too. But I was still feeling more. I was still definitely like, man, uh,
He still hasn't delivered
I would.
that classic.
Yeah, he still had it delivered to me. Nah, I still was missing his older shit. Like, man, there was maybe like one or two songs that he might have kind of went there, but it still wasn't like fulfilling. The one that is gonna be the next one. I don't know what's the next one. He did a couple mixtapes after Black Hollywood.
Yeah, so after but before we move on, Black Hollywood. So as I'm, prepping for this, I noticed black is spelled with two C's, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Two C's. You know who Wiz Khalifa was hanging around these times, right?
Um, Nip.
Who's Nips? Who's the guy who supposedly put a hit out on Nip?
Big U, allegedly.
Allegedly. So if you notice, Kendrick Lamar whacked out murals is WACC, not WACK. So
Mm.
that's showing respect to the Crips not being disrespectful, putting the K behind the C.
Right, right.
So when I came across this, I was like, I wonder if he did that for out of respect, or is that really how he used to spell black?
Well, I feel like he's always kind of been affiliated because Chevy Woods and all of those niggas, like he was really cool with Nick. And I don't know, they speak a certain lingo. They don't use certain words, you know what I'm saying?
So
So I've
it
always
just
kind
goes
of
in.
caught that impression. Certain colors, he don't rock certain colors neither. He's always, but he don't. It's not never been something where it's like full blown. Like, yeah, this,
Yeah.
this, this. But I feel like maybe he not. Maybe he just affiliated or rub elbows with that side. But I've always kind of noticed that. I mean, he's super cool with Snoop.
Snoop, yeah. Yeah, but I found that interesting because of the latest news that's been going around. You know what I'm saying? So just
Yeah,
wanted to. So after that, he dropped 28 grams.
I
These
remember
all
that one.
mixtapes. 28 grams, Cabin Fever 3, Rude Awakening, Taylor Ganger Die, Volume 1, Laugh Now, Cry Later. Any of them mixtapes stand out to you?
The Laugh Now Cry Later only because is that the ones like a color is like blue. You can see the album cover or not.
Yep. Yes.
It's like blue with a
Yes.
truck on it. Yeah,
Yep.
that one only because I think that mixtape had like fucking 30 songs on it or some shit. So I had to like something. I didn't listen to the whole shit, but some of them I remember that I did like off of that one, the Laugh Now Cry Later, and then I don't think any of the other ones. I don't even remember. I didn't even know that he had a Cabin Fever 3. To be honest with you, that's sad. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
just
probably
had to
wasn't really
highlight it.
kind of. Yeah, I probably was kind of like I kind of had already kind of started maybe, listening to somebody else, or my attention had went somewhere else. He had lost me,
Steering off.
but then he
Steering
brought me
off.
back with yeah, but he brought me back with the next one though.
Then they dropped Rolling Papers 2.
Yeah, I liked it,
That
that project.
album went gold. And on here, yeah. So go ahead. I liked it, this project. I just had an issue going into it, right? Because I'm like, bro, you already dropped a dud to me with Rolling Papers 1. Now you're gonna come back with Rolling Papers 2.
Papers
But to
too,
me,
right, right. This was better
yeah,
than the
but
first one for sure.
for sure, I think this should have been called something Rolling Papers, but like how you say retribution type shit. Like this, I'm vindicated. I'm vindicated.
Right,
Yeah, Blue
right.
Hunnets. I liked it. Blue Hunnets on
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Words of Love. There's a few cuts on here. Go ahead. Oh, as a matter
I
of
like
fact,
it. The first one, I like the Hot
which one?
Now. I remember the very first song, Hot Now.
Yep.
Um, Holyfield was dope to me. Uh, well, I know this. I listened to the Penthouse, the real rich one with Gucci was decent to me. That the one that I really liked it, I think the most. And if you know which one, if you know which one I'm talking about, and when I say it, you're gonna be like, you're gonna know why, because it got that type of funk that I was talking about. The one is called Bootsy Bellows, and it has like a hard ass bass line. Dum, 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 dum,
Yeah.
dum, dum, dum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
I know
shit
which
just
one
go
you're
hard
talking
to me, and
about.
it's real like kind of mellow. He's like he go hard on. He got the fuck off on that shit. But that's probably like my favorite track off of the whole album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And yeah, I don't
he's
know
on
any. I
here.
don't really remember any other ones.
Yeah, he went crazy on here with the features. He got Snoop, Bone, Ty Dollar, Jimmy Wapo. Yeah, he went crazy with the features.
Oh, this is the one where he got the bombs. Oh, Reach for the Stars. Yeah, I like that song too. That shit was dope.
Yeah, he went crazy with the features. Then we're about to wrap up almost with him. Then we got 2009, the collab album with Currency, Fly Times Volume 1, the Good Fly Young mixtape, Big
Yeah,
Pimpin',
I remember that one.
Fuck 2020, Taylor Nights with Taylor Gang, Wiz Got Wings, then
I
Stoners
liked
Night.
that one. I like the Wiz Go Wiz.
Wiz Got, you liked it that one?
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Did a lot of Cardo did a
Produced.
lot of produced a lot of that album. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to peep that
because
one.
that's his tag. That's Cardo's tag. It says Cardo got wings. So what's that album called? Wiz got wings.
Wiz Got Wings.
Yes. Yeah. So it probably
Okay.
was produced majority by Cardo.
Yeah, I had a
That's the one I think
most
it has like a song like sober or something on there. Or, hey, can't stay sober on that mixtape that I remember
I'm
listening
gonna have to
to.
check
I think
it
I
out.
saw the video.
I'm gonna have to check it out. The next one, Stoner Night, collab with Juicy J, which tonight is
That
Stoner's
was
Night. Then,
fire,
matter of fact, we're gonna
fire.
talk about his Juicy J in a second too. Then he dropped Multiverse. That's the one you were talking
I liked it.
about. That's
I like.
that. Go ahead.
I liked it. That one. For what it was, it was. It felt like it was introducing like something new or some shit. But he had a couple uh songs that were kind of like groovy and funky like that. I think High Maintenance was one of them. I think Ice Style Necklace, Keys. Um, there was one
I
that I
like that.
really liked, but I don't remember what
I
it's
like
called.
that Go Yard Bags featuring
The
They.
Go Yard Bags. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think MVP was dope too. Yeah.
Then after that one, that didn't even chart. That didn't even manage to chart. Then he went on a mixtape run, a collab with Big Crit, Smoke Dizza, and Girl Talk called Full Court Press, G
Yeah, it was
Rage.
like a little EP. Yeah, it was like
Yep.
6 to 8 tracks or so. That was decent. Wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Currency. I like the song with Currency on there.
Currency got a pretty solid catalog himself too.
I agree.
Um See Ya, June 14, Cali Sober, October 6th of the same year, Decisions, and then July 29, the last year he dropped Wiz Owens. Um, Go ahead,
That was
Orlito.
decent too.
You said we're gonna ring off our top three Wiz mixtapes. So I'll let you do
For
the
sure.
honors first.
All right, shit. Let me see the top three Wiz mixtapes for me. Um, I'm gonna have to go, and it's no particular order. This is just my top three. How
Yeah,
Fly with Wiz and Currency,
currency.
definitely a classic. Yeah, with Wiz and Currency, definitely a classic. Cushion Orange Juice, classic.
Okay.
And like Nova said, the one fucking only mixtape that probably didn't have no fucking skips on it, Cabin Fever.
Yeah, well, you ain't gotta hear shit from me. That's the exact ones on my list, bro. Them the very exact
Yeah.
ones on my list.
That's crazy. I'll let you do the next one then. What's going on, Joey
What's
D. Cabron?
what's
Sh-
cracking, my
Shout
brother?
out, shout out, and Daniels. I see you. I see you in the building. I don't know if you're still in here, but I see you, bro. Shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in, as always.
Look, your post couldn't be shared. They blocking me again, motherfuckers. Okay,
Damn.
anyhow, y'all seeing it live. They be hating on me, but anyhow, what's cracking, my brother? We just rang off Wiz Khalifa's catalog, named our top three mixtapes. Now we about to get into our top three strands, and you're in perfect timing. Joey D, what's your top three? Hold on a second. Let me
Yeah,
get
we
it
were
together.
on all of these, like top whatevers or whatever. We want to hear y'all favorite top threes or whatever as well. So why don't y'all join us and leave y'all favorite top whatever we're doing the criteria. Y'all leave it in the comments.
So Joey D, my brother, what's your top three strains? But first, Orlito, go ahead, Mano.
My top three weed strains are, let me see. Uh, I did one of each. I did a hybrid, a sativa, and an indica. So I did jungle cake as my hybrid. Shit's fire. First time I had it was in Denver, Colorado. Fucking, it came in. It looked like a fucking caviar can and shit. That shit was fucking fire. Green crack. Everybody knows what green crack is. It's a sativa. It's super sticky. That shit is lime green and real super sticky. Motherfuckers like you take that shit out the bag like that and it's all stuck together. It's like a big ass fat nugget, but that's very good as well. And then for my indica, Northern Lights, because that shit is fire as well. So those are my top three favorite strains. What are yours?
Well, I'm old, nigga. I'm old. So I'm gonna go with the OG, the OG, the OG. The first tree that I smoked that was not no Reggie, that was off the chain, skunk. I gotta throw skunk in
Mm,
there. Oh,
hell yeah. No, that
second
shit's a
up,
fire.
I'm going with Blue Dreams. I fuck with it. It was a good
Yeah,
set,
Blue Dream was
smooth,
fire.
smooth. And then obviously my favorite of all time that I can't even get my hands on is some sour
Howard
diesel,
Diesel.
bro.
I knew it.
Yeah, some
I
sour
knew it.
fucking diesel.
Yeah, that's some gas.
Let me see. Man, bots, get the fuck out of here, man. Holy shit. All right. So again, before we move on to the next topic, what's your top two methods of smoking the ganja?
Consumption.
Yeah.
Um, man, as I've gotten a little older in age, I've been resorting just to the good old bong, man. That's my number one way of smoking a bong. But when I can't be, driving around and smoking the bong and shit, then I gotta do the. I've ended up switching over to some papers, because I got baby lungs now and fucking blunts be hurting my chest. So yeah, I do the papers or the blunt. I'm about to hit the blunt rack. I'm at the bar right now. It's my saxophone. I call it a saxophone. Mhm.
I see. I see. What are y'all favorite ways of consuming the marijuana? So mine's, bro, I'll go with obviously the blunt and the bong. I like, clean hit. No fucking
Mm-hmm.
tobacco, nothing. But blunts
Mm-hmm.
is the easiest thing for me to roll. I prefer to smoke
For sure.
J's, but I don't know how to roll them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm out of
Yeah, I
here.
feel you.
So we're about to move on, Mano. We're almost out of here, people. We would like to hear some feedback from y'all. Nick Daniels, shout out to you, bro. None but love. We got to get you back up on here as soon as possible, man. You are the third host on here, man. So, Mano, top five weed songs. We'll go back and forth, and I'll go first this time. All right. Um, I'm gonna throw Styles P. Good times. I get high off your memories.
I'm gonna throw Juicy J. What I need.
Okay, okay. All right. For the next four, I'm about to really show my age, right? So, Mr. Grimm, Endo Smoke. He used to be down with Warren G.
Mm. I'm gonna do Kid Cudi featuring Chip the Ripper. Higher.
Nice. Again, I'm gonna show my age, people. Cypress Hill. I want to get high.
You like that one? I'm gonna do Bone Thugs and Harmony, the weed song.
Okay, I got something going on here. Nice. I'm gonna go old school. When I was a youngin, when we wanted to get that bag, we used to say, "What? I got five on it."
Oh
Loonies, I
yeah,
got five
forgot
on
about
it.
that one.
Loonies, I got five on it.
Um, that was good. I'm gonna do Juicy J and Wiz. Why do I stay high?
I like that. I like that. That's slick. So my number one weed song is off the Friday soundtrack. Busy Bone, Friday.
And
I'm
I got
so
one more left.
high. Yep,
Man, I'm just gonna do this one because I'm gonna do Rick James, Mary Jane.
I like that too. And there you go. Let's
Yeah,
check out some comments. Hey, that was a good list, bro.
yeah, you definitely make a CD like that. Looking at.
Boy, and Daniels, Nick,
Shout out and Daniels.
Kid Cudi Day. Oh
That
man,
night, yeah,
holy shit,
yeah, we
that
could
shit.
consider that a weed song. Absolutely.
Oh wait, I want to swap out. Hey, Kid Cudi. Hey, Kid Cudi changed the game with that, man. He gonna get his
Hmm.
flowers for that one. Um. All right, so let's continue, bro. Top was it five or three? Because
For what?
for the movies.
For the movies, we gonna do top three.
All right, go ahead. I put five on there, but go ahead.
I'm gonna do, I guess everybody's favorite when you think about Bud or whatever on Friday.
Okay, cool. I can knock that off and then put through another one, man. I'm gonna throw three at three for me. I'm gonna go with the OGs, Cheech and Chong, Up in Smoke.
Nice, nice. I'm doing another one that everybody probably knows. It's like one of those go-to ones, let's go fucking put this on. Half baked, Chappelle
Uh,
and them.
Gotta take that off my list. All right. I got coming in at number two, Pineapple Express.
That was the other one. That was my third one. But I'll put from. I know I have another one because I threw another one down there just in case. I'm gonna do the How High with Method Man and Redman.
You took that off my list, so I'm gonna put in my list. I'm gonna put in my list. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. Fuck it.
That's a good one, bro. That's a good. I was torn between like, cause I was like, let me see. But yeah, that's a good one too.
Cool. So, man, that was pretty fun, man. Entertaining and shit. So before we go into the final segment, we appreciate everybody that engaged with us, liked the video. Um, it doesn't cost much, and those who have, again, man, it means a lot to us because we trying to get up there. How you say get into the
The
algorithm?
algorithm.
Trying to get into the algorithm, and every time you do like a video, or every time you comment on the video, or anytime you even share a video, to help us get there. And if you have give us a like on Facebook, give us a like on YouTube. We appreciate it all. Love. So let's continue. Let me check out some comments. That's right. Shout out
Noli.
all the way from that house way. You're on the corner from that was too much. I was about to say FYP. What does FYP mean?
I don't know. I'm too
Are you
old.
saying puto? Fuck you, puto.
That's what I thought too. I ain't gonna lie, no bullshit. Oh, that's the only thing I could have.
Yup, that motherfucker. Oh, we like to get high.
Yeah.
So hey, that's an anthem actually. That's an anthem. That's clean too. That could be
Talent
played
show.
everywhere. That could be played everywhere. For your page, fool. Oh, okay. My bad. I don't understand. All right, man. Let's continue. Again, appreciate you all. So, earlier we did this, right? This came out earlier. We went about we put our names on there, did our own, right? So now what we gonna do is put together a Mount Rushmore, but we're gonna call it Mount Kushmore. What for I was gonna say rappers, but if you want to throw an entertainer or anybody synonymous with marijuana, feel free to. So it's four. It's a Mount Rushmore is four heads. So bro's gonna come up with four. Now I'm gonna come up with four, and whoever's watching, come up with four names that are synonymous with marijuana. Drop the comments. Or you go ahead. You could go first, my brother.
All right. Well, we're talking about him. Wiz Khalifa up there for sure. This was kind of hard for me because there's so many, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
know.
I just kind of was going off of like this was like my criteria. It could be whatever criteria you guys want, but my criteria is like when I'm about to indulge, like, who are the people that I listen to the most? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I made my mouth Kushmore. So Wiz Khalifa, Burner, Currency, and Kid Cudi.
I like that, bro. You know why I like that? Because it's it speaks to how influential this thing has been and how many generations has advocated for this, right? Because you
Yeah.
said the names you brought up were like the late 2000 names, right? And one of them was
Hmm.
on my list. I'm about to take him off. And there's no disrespect to him, but because he did get named in yours. But Wiz did make my list, but I'm gonna take him out. Not no disrespect to him, but he made your list, and that's cool.
For
But
sure.
my demo goes Method Man,
Mm.
Be Real, because of the smoke box, right? He's still doing
Yep.
his thing with it.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. I had him as an honorable mention. If in case you would have took one of mine.
Dope, dope. But one of my honorable mentions got put in because you put Wiz in yours. And who took Wiz's spot will be Willie Nelson. Uncle Willie.
Ooh,
Uncle Willie.
ooh, that was a good one, bro.
I gotta put
That's a good
Uncle
one.
Willie. And now he's gonna be my
Yeah, man.
honorable mention. He was gonna be my honorable
You snap.
mention.
I forgot about dude. I ain't even gonna lie. You snap. I forgot about him.
And
Damn, I
then
just dropped
obviously
bong water on my lap. Oh no.
that's how you forgot. That's how much you forgot.
Oh
And then
no.
the last one on my list, Uncle Snoop. You know, he came in the game with the
Mm-hmm.
chronic, the weed leaf on the
Mm-hmm.
hat, made it Dr. Dre's album cover. You know what I'm saying? So without a doubt, Snoop Dogg made my hip hop Kush, Mount Kushmore. Let's check out some
Yeah, I
comments.
agree.
Let's check out some comments right quick before we get up out of here. Let's hear from everybody. Willie Nelson, Snoop, Wiz, Afro Man. Dope list.
Mm,
I like Afro
yeah,
Man. That should have been on my fucking songs, bro. That nigga went crazy with that. Um,
because I
because I
got
got high. Because I got high.
high. Yeah, he snapped. I remember
Man,
when that shit was like, you used to hear that everywhere.
why y'all
Why
leave
y'all
out
leave?
Snoop?
You
No,
did
no,
Snoop, did you?
no, no. I didn't leave out Snoop. Oh, never mind. No. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
Uncle Snoop.
yeah. Yeah.
You gotta give him some time, man. We get. I ain't gonna for sure. I ain't gonna forget Snoop. You know, again, one of the most synonymous guy. Like when you think of rappers who do this, everybody say I want to smoke with Snoop, but now the new generation talking about Wiz. I want to smoke with Wiz now, and because Wiz and Snoop did. I don't know, man. They've been advocates from generation on, like from Snoop, Be Real, Bone Thugs and Harmony. The list goes on to Wiz, Currency, um, and now it's legal in a few states, a whole lot more states than what it
Yeah.
used to be. So
Yeah.
for sure. So that was a great list, bro. I did not even think of some of them. I was like, okay, bro. I see you came out the woodwork. Came out the woodwork. But let me see a few more comments because I see them coming in as I'm trying to. I want to smoke with
Yeah.
Red.
Hell yeah. It'd be
I don't
wild.
even think.
How about
I
that
don't even
one?
think.
At least
I don't think
let's
Red.
add one
I don't.
last one.
Okay.
My fault. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You want to add one last one?
One last one says Noli brought it up. If y'all could smoke with anybody, who would y'all smoke with? Just one person. You could only choose one person. Red and
No,
meth
she
I
made
guess
it.
count as like one.
No, she made it.
I guess red and
No,
meth
she
count as like
two, two,
okay. Two
two. We're in a
people. All
session,
right, two
a
people, two people.
circle. Because she
We're in
said
a
red
circle.
already.
All right.
All
All right.
right.
Who
So
would you say no?
Willie Nelson and Snoop.
Willie Nelson and Snoop.
Willie
Damn,
Nelson
I
and Snoop.
wanted to say Snoop, but since you said him, let me see.
Oh, I'm disrespectful. Okay, no, you can keep Snoop. I take Snoop out. Go ahead, you can Snoop.
Uh,
I'll take Willie
I'll say.
Nelson,
Go ahead.
and I'll bring back the late great Bob Marley.
Ooh, dang, he
Bring,
killed it
bring
with
back
that one.
bring back Bob Marley.
Damn, I'm gonna say Snoop. Fuck it, I'm just gonna say Snoop and Wiz.
Snoop and
Fuck it.
Wiz.
Martha and
Martha.
Snoop. Yeah, she has to smoke. They always be chilling with each other. They love
Yeah,
each other.
Snoop be getting
Everybody
Martha.
smokes. King Nip and Jesus.
Hear you.
This guy.
No, but King
No
Nip,
man, bad
man.
choices.
I remember them videos of him banging up that work having his girl. What's his girl's name? It slips my mind. Lauren London.
Who's? Oh, Lauren London, yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, that was fun. Let me see. Yeah, that was about it, y'all. Orlito, anything you want to say before? Oh, matter of fact, hold on. Let me do a few things, right? Because I do see. So those that's tuned in, again, May 4th at the Deco West Dallas, the Whammies, Wisconsin area music industry will induct Twan Mac into the 2025 Hall of Fame. Well
Absolutely.
deserved. And
Well
my
deserved.
bro Orlito April 29th, got Panorama Podcast, Episode 2, hosted by Great Minds Think Alikes co-host very own Orlito with a special
Oh,
guest, Mac Camalo. So make
yeah.
sure y'all
So tune
tuned in
in. It's
for that
gonna two
drop.
Tuesdays from now. Not next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, 29th.
For sure, for sure. I had to plug that in. Love to everybody that commented. Love to everybody that liked and everybody that shared. Orlito, take us home.
Well, yeah, man, that was the episode of 420 Up in Smoke. You know, episode. What episode are we on? Know? There's so many, man.
28. 28.
Episode 28. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. Everybody that liked, everybody that shared, everybody that subscribed. Um, everybody that commented, played the little fucking criteria game with us and shit. So yeah,
For
we
sure.
finna get up out of here. We'll see y'all next Thursday, same
Next Thursday.
time, different, different criteria. Thursday, 7 o'clock, and yeah, we gonna be up out of here. Peace.
All right.